Viewer discretion is advised.
But will be completely ignored.
Spend time with your family? Sure I do. Good.
Culture made it hit, boy.
I'm just gonna talk my shit, cause I'm tired of these niggas, man. Yeah, let's rock and roll. My one man goal in life's to get my pockets swole. We got them grams to turn this to Afghan and make your block explode. Your profits low. This ain't no stop and go, so you should lock it low, bro. Keep that ratchet. We don't do theatrics, boy. That's not for show. I won't retire. I been through that fire and I still got my soul. This corporation telling me to try to act right, but that's just not my road. Smoke by the pen and I can probably break these down, but I still caught my hoe. Keep rolling up. Like girl, I stay too high, so I can't drop my low.
What up, folks? We back with another one. Me, Mike, Maverick, and Dukes. What the hell did Dukes disappear to? He just was showing his face, and all of a sudden he's gone. I don't know this.
There he is.
There he is. Welcome to the Mobb Men Show on the late night Friday. Like, share, subscribe. Happy Black History Month.
Black History Month. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell to be notified. Stay up to tune with everything else that's going on with us and shit. I really want to do the link tree and shit like that, but the link tree / O.T.T.R podcast to find the audio merchandise and visuals for all our stuff. It's none of us else to that. W, get the boost of energy that you need. Use the coupon code O.T.T.R Mob at W.GG for 10% of your purchase. Then next over, Okaze Clothing, do the same thing over there with those guys for 50% off your purchase as well at OkazeClothing.com. Mofos. And next, Happy 365, one of the highest streetwear out here in the streets. 50% off. If you actually get fit them, go for it. Happy365.com. Swift Energy Drink, another supplementary energy drink to get the boost of caffeine without all the jitters and shit. You know what I'm saying? Kudos to Swift Energy Drink for being a. And of course, you know, the merchandise from us, the Mobb Men, the girls. Wrestling Asylum, O.T.T.R Security too, on top of that shit. So, yeah, we got a bunch of stuff coming for y'all. Well, there's still some stuff that we got to go back and retune up and shit like that. So, I got to take some time out to do that. But that's a merchandise store anyway. What the hell? The fuck is that, man? Where did he go? Okay, he just showed his face just not too long ago, too. Folks, so for you know, as you know, we got SNW presents Draft Night coming up March 14th at the Neil Randolph Theater in Lynn, Massachusetts. Doors open up at 5, tapings at 5:30. The live show / stream starts at 7 o'clock. So if I were you, there's still tickets you can get available at eventbrite.com or you pay at the door, which doesn't matter. Come in, bring the kids. Kids, family, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to pack this motherfucker out. We're trying to have another close to a sellout show. And you know, we got the beautiful sponsors of Sobar Supero, Luigi's Pizzeria, and Green River Herbal will be our vendors. And we got tons of great matches that night and shit. Speaking of which, I got harassed the other day by this guy. He begged me, no, he didn't beg me. He kind of choked me to try to force me to get on this show. So I had to do my tuck dizzle, you know, and kind of make some arrangements, blah, blah, blah. But he sent me a trailer he wants me to play so you guys have a better understanding of who this man is.
I debuted later in life than most professional wrestlers. As big, as strong, as tough, and as mean as anybody, and also smarter. But I had some catching up to do. So I did whatever it took.
He's broken in half, damn it! Stop looking at him! Look at me!
I hurt whoever I had to.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh!
To get what I wanted. There was a buzz. I became integral to Test of Strength by being infamous. Well known for nefarious deeds. Eventually, something changed in me. I took the high road. I chose the course of honor to hopefully walk the path of glory. And with the unerring support of the fans, I became undeniable. For 3 minutes and 24 seconds, I held the ultimate prize. I won the Test of Strength Championship.
And that's it. New champion. He's done it. He's done it, ladies and gentlemen.
Nothing in this world is more precious to me. Then it got torn from my hands. Everything I worked for, everything I bled for, everything I dreamed of, I got screwed. Then, my own mentor stabbed me in the back, beat me within an inch of my life, in front of my fans, in front of my friends, in front of my family. And the only chance I got at revenge, I was injured. And I still got screwed. Then, I fight to qualify for the Lone Survivor match. I fight my way to the end of the Lone Survivor match, the only way to guarantee one more chance at revenge. And I got screwed! And that was it. I never got another shot, never got another glimpse. I spent the next 2 years either being targeted by a jealous sociopathic little troll, or even worse, sitting on the bench, not booked, nothing to contribute, no Frost Force, all alone. I was ready to hang him up, and that's when Jimmy Mees called me. He knows he wronged me, and he owned up to it. And he reminded me of who I am, of who we are, of where we come from. And he also reminded me of what we can be and what we will be. Disruptors. Destroyers. Devils. Ryan Frost doesn't belong on the bench. I am infamous. I am undeniable. I am the Brass City Devil. And I'm back at TOS. And no one is safe. I said it. I meant it.
And finally, the man of the motherfucking hour himself is finally here, Mr. Robert Frost. Mr. Frost, welcome.
The mic is
What's going
muted.
on, man? How you doing? No, I think it's your audio. Hold on.
No, his mic is muted.
Yeah, his mic.
Yeah.
Hold on.
There we go.
You hear us now?
Are we good?
Yeah, we good.
Cool. Very good.
Welcome, Mr. Frost.
Very good to be here, guys. Good to be had. Thank you for having me. It's 11 o'clock on a Friday. Good to see you guys.
Well, we gotta blame SmackDown for that because usually we go on at 10 o'clock, put it says SmackDown got pushed up and push up.
No, it's good. It's better for me.
That's our punishment. So we thug it out and shit. For me, Mr. Frost, you already know me and you go way back since the UFO wrestling days. That's when I first met you back in 2017, 2018. Shout out to Pat.
Love UFO, man.
So that's when I first met you in person and everything, and you were just a cool ass dude to me. So I mean, of course, you're gonna get the typical questions from half these people because they're all gonna be on default. But for me and maybe Uncle Fats and a crikey, angry, kind of crabby Mr. Maverick, man, he might throw a couple of curveballs or two. But let's just rewind back the clock to where how the fuck did we get here? How the fuck did we get Mr. Ryan Frost to become an actual professional wrestler?
Well, when I was a kid, I really worshiped Randy Savage, and then got a little older and didn't know how to get into wrestling, so I studied acting instead, in college, and then fast forward a little bit, and there was like a seminar in New Haven, Connecticut. Stevie Richards was giving a seminar, and I had been singing for bands, so I asked Ron Zombie who was trained by Killer Kowalski himself. I asked him, can I go to this seminar? Like, is that cool? And he said, yeah. Of course, now I know that any pro wrestler running a seminar will take your $30 no matter who you are. Like, now I know that. But back then I was like, oh, can I even do this? And it was really cool. And, started training and now here we are. I'm about 8 years in to wrestling, and I'm kind of an old man, but I keep doing it, and that's it.
I don't view you as an old man. You don't look. I mean, you don't look like that. You look like what you're trying to tell us and stuff like that. So,
Well, thanks.
you
Thank you. Old man strength is a thing.
And the big reason why how I met you was through one Bobby D. So shout out to you, Bobby D. And Laurie,
I love Bobby D.
This episode. Yes, he will be there March 14th too, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But you and Bobby D have a very close relationship. A lot of people in the Limb community that do Bobby, that grew up with him and Laurie for the last 45 to 50 years, they speak highly of it. How did you two meet? I know everyone will tell me different stories about how they met Bobby Lee, but how did you meet him?
I was lucky enough through Test of Strength, where I train, and there was Test of Strength. There's the Belltime Club out there in Boston, and they're like kind of like sister schools, like where they train. They both Bo Douglas and Slick Wagner Brown both learned from Killer Kowalski directly. So they're like sister schools, and we'd be out in the Malden area, out Lynn, Malden. What's another one? There was another town out there that was like so close. All these towns in the Boston area are like within an hour of each other. And for a normal person, an hour's drive isn't that close. But like for us, who wrestle, like that's super close. Like to us, that's the same town. So, all right around that area. And Bobby D would come out and he'd be helping with the ring, and he'd be, just talking to the guys, and he was super supportive and super friendly. And he's just a really good person. His whole family are just great people. And that was the whole point of me reaching out to SNW, honestly, Supernova Wrestling. I wanted to work where Bobby D would be able to come and see a show.
Definitely. And because of Bobby D doing many contributions to a good few companies, including for us here at Supernova Wrestling, we greatly appreciate that. And that's why we had to honor him with the first ever Bobby D Trios tournament this year.
Oh, that's awesome. That's what brought SNW to my attention. I wanted to be part of that. 100%.
I mean, you kicked out. I mean, listen, man, you kicked out my door trying to get into the store, and I was like, yo, listen, man, we're gonna do the best that we can, because right now we were still trying to like restructure out the whole locker room and everything like that. People who wasn't gonna be around, people that's people that kind of like people kind of like vanished and that type of stuff. But bringing in a new energy in a new locker room that is hungry, is talented, and there's some that still want to fall under veteran leadership so they can get better too. But we just wanted to make sure that we had the right formula to make this tournament happen. So when you knocked that out the door, we was like, yeah, we got to have to squeeze Frosty in this thing. Test of Strength. This is, so Test of Strength, you started there, right? So you started it first.
Well, so I want to say like 10 years ago or even longer, I'm going to go as quick as I can. From when I was a little kid, I wanted to wrestle, and I didn't know how. So when it came time for like college, I was like, well, fuck, I don't know how to wrestle, so I guess I'll just go into acting. So I went to WestCon, Western Connecticut State University, for acting, which is a really, really good acting school. And, got my degree in theater and communications with a focus on performance. And then I sold cars, and then I sold alarms for homes. I was just like trying to pay bills. And then eventually I was home, and I saw that there was a Stevie Richards seminar. And I messaged Ron Zombie, who's a bum, and who'd he ever beat? But he was trained by Killer Kowalski. And I messaged him, and I was like, Ron, do you think I could do this seminar? I don't know. And he said, yeah, Stevie will have you. And I was like, okay, cool. So I went. Of course, now we know that any wrestler will take your $30 to do a seminar, even if you can't walk, because they just want the money. But back then, I was like, wow, you know Stevie Richards? Like, personally? That's crazy. He's a celebrity, you know? So I go to the seminar, and then afterwards, I talk to the people who run the school, which is Joseph Von Schmidt, his wife, Kara, at the time. And I was like, hey, so, like, I would love to learn how to wrestle. And they did a lot for me. They opened up the school in the daytime because I was a waiter and a bartender. So, like, I couldn't just be there at night. I had to be there in the daytime. And they opened the school for me in the daytime. And that's where I got the first steps of my training. And then I went away for a couple of years, and they moved up to Cheshire, Connecticut, which was actually closer to a car dealership that I worked at. So I ended up back there again. But when PWA closed, they referred us to Test of Strength, which is Slick Wagner Brown.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Watertown, Connecticut, which is the town I fucking lit. Can I swear?
Yeah, of course you can,
Sorry.
man. We're grown-ass men here. Man, this is TV MMA regardless.
Thank you. I lived in fucking Watertown. And Test
there you go.
in
all
Watertown, right. But I was driving out to Cheshire for PWA, but it's fine because that's where I started. And I told Wagner in an email, you know, I want to be loyal to these people who started this journey for me. So I'm going to finish training with PWA. And then when they close, I'm going to come start training with you. And he said, hey, I respect it. Loyalty is important. So as soon as PWA closed, I started going to Test of Strength, which at that point was in East Hartford and is still in East Hartford. PWA cannot be blamed for the fact that I didn't wrestle sooner. It has nothing to do with them. It's as soon as we made the shift to Test of Strength is when, like, I decided to start taking it more seriously. And you know, within 6 months, I was having matches and we were going. So that's how I ended up at Test of Strength. Because you asked.
Do you feel like PWA could have utilized you, like right away, like when you first started off, or do you feel like they felt like they couldn't do anything with you?
If you want me to be completely honest, knowing what I know about professional wrestling now, after having trained and being a part of it for about 8 years now. Mm-hmm. No, they couldn't have, because I wasn't ready. That's not on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They could have tried, and like I would have done my best, but I wasn't ready. I wouldn't have been as good as I should be. So it's definitely not on them. It was on me at the time because I wasn't as committed as I should be to learning the craft and doing everything the way I should. Honestly, if I could go back and be better, like be me now, then we would have had a hell of a time and we would have done some really cool shit together.
Right.
And if, you know, who knows? But if PWA ever comes back to Connecticut, they want to run some shows, like, I will do everything I can to contribute 150% to their show. But back then, no, I wasn't ready. It's not their fault. I wasn't ready.
Now, you speak on loyalty in the IWC. Now, we see a lot of talent that would be traveling around. They'll have like just selected places. They're basically their home base promotions that like they automatically will say yes to. Other ones will try to extend it by trying to get like the other foot to the door, the other territories. Do you still feel like in today's independent wrestling community that there's still loyalty in that?
I feel like that depends on who you're loyal to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like Slick Wagner Brown and Test of Strength. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'll ride or die for Test of Strength. Like, that's home to me. But I understand that some people, like, their home isn't as good to them. Like, and you know, Test of Strength hasn't always been perfect to me, man. Like, I've had some struggles. I've had some times where I'm like, I think I should be doing something different or something better or something da. And you know, and that's fine. Like, we could talk about that all day. That's part of the whole storyline that I'm in right now. But at the end of the day, that's home. Those people are the people that I love and that I want to help. You know, I want to help every wrestling promotion that I'm a part of.
Right.
I really, truly do. If I'm there, I want to make it better because I'm there. But home is different. Home, you want home to become a TV company. You know what I mean? You want home to like build and grow and get better at all times. And anybody who's watching this and disagrees can say whatever they want, but that's I think that should be the way it is.
I definitely totally agree. And that's how we feel for SNW for us a lot. Well, the whole O.T.T.R mob, because without these guys here and the girls too, SNW wouldn't be where we have been for the past year, regrowing the brand from within and out, trying to say, yo, we've been here for a very long time. As much as people want to keep squashing us down, we still kept going. We had to maneuver different things around, and some of us had to kind of like, you know, put our foots down and be like, yo, listen, this is where we need to go and this is what we need to do. And whoever that's not with it, then fuck them. You know, not everyone is going to be right for that promotion anyway, regardless. So there's a lot of promotions.
Can I ask you a question, Shiz?
Yes, you can.
When did SNW, like, so I worked for them a very long time ago.
Okay.
And I think Adam was there. And I was a corner man for, who was it? My dude.
Yeah, see, there was mad people from the old regime that's probably not even wrestling for us today.
Well, so no, what changed at SNW? What changed at Supernova?
Well, let's look below the person next to, below me, who's right there in that corner over there with his microphone off, is Dukes. Him and Adam were semi-football players together on the same team. So I didn't know that. And me and Dukes, we went to high school together. Me, Dukes, and Maverick below, we all went to the same high school together, but we all did not know that we were wrestling fans until when it was like, you know, because back in the day, wrestling was still far-fetched. It wasn't hot. But if you was a die-hard wrestling fan like we were, we watched it every week, no matter what it went on. Later on down the line, I think it was what was it? Up to No Good 2024. We sponsored Pure Ignorance at first. Shout out to my boys Chaz and Prince Machiavelli. We sponsored them. We got tickets. We came up there. I was running late, but Duke was already up there with his son. And when I got there, he told me, he's like, yo, I know the owner, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yo, you want to talk to us? It's kind of like, really? Why? No fucking idea. Not even in my right mind to even still to like this very day.
Let me cut you off before you finish.
Sure.
I am Sir Maverick, the king of niggerisms of the South. And what happened was Adam let some black people join creative. That's what changed SNW.
No. But is that him?
Shiz joined the creative and SNW just took off like a rocket ship, to be honest with you, from what I know.
Damn. You have to go with it like that, though? Fuck.
I mean, you gotta be honest with these people.
But listen, if it wasn't for Dukes, I would never met Adam.
Mr. Frost joined. Mr. Frost is here. Mr. Frost is here, and I'm gonna give my fair warnings. Okay, the niggerisms are gonna start right now. during the Q&A.
Let's fucking go.
And
Yes.
I need you
Yeah,
to
can I say
understand.
Yeah.
Well, Uncle
Somebody
Fats,
else. Let's go.
Uncle Fats, you know it was he added black people to the creative.
Listen, let me say this. Listen, I can only say so much because I'm on the train heading back home, right? And I forgot my fucking headphones. So first off, let me say this: good evening, family. And
Good evening, Fats.
And good evening to Mr. Frost.
Hi.
Just letting you know. I'm just telling you right now. Here,
Frost,
want
he's
all
our
smoke,
backstage
right?
manager at SNW. That's Uncle Fats. So when you see him, the big guy, that's that guy.
Okay.
I'm the guy.
Cool.
I'm the guy that's taller than everybody and sexier than everybody. No homo, right? But I will say this: here on this show, you are supposed to speak your mind freely, no setbacks. If you got drawn with anybody, you say it. We will back you the fuck up. There's no excuses for bullshit. If you want to call somebody out, call them out, and we will make it happen. And if anybody got a problem with it, tell them to come see me, because I want all the smoke. I'm going back on mute. I can't really talk that loud because I got other people on the
Underline that part.
Do you guys know why we want that to happen? Because we want all the smoke.
And we grew up in the street,
All right.
so this is us. This is who we
Well,
are.
I just got to think of somebody I'm mad at. Because now I got this right here. I got to figure this out. Like,
but I'm saying think of your rival, whoever your rival is, whoever you want to get in the ring
No,
with.
I don't like my boss.
Hey, we'll get him in the ring. I don't like my boss either.
I got no words for that part, though. You know.
Hey, talk your shit. Hey, listen. Anybody that don't like what we say, I tell them outright. Say what you got to say.
In the creative, and that's how the shit skyrocketed. That's what took it off for me.
Because it's the fucking facts.
I'm crying.
You have people from Maine running the show.
Oh man. Oh.
No offense to Adam. No offense to Adam.
Because we had to grow and develop ourselves, like when we came into this thing. So a few shows were prime examples of when it was hits and misses, i.e., Platinum City Gaming, October 2024. I don't want to talk about that. When we first did Without Warning in July, that was our first production. We were proud of that one because it actually went very well. And all the other ones from like the previous year that like we just did, including the one in Kenya when I split my pants. Yeah, so I mean, hey, I still did it. I refereed 8 matches. I didn't care. You know, I didn't mind until after the fact. I was off of adrenaline and someone pointed it out to me. And that was that. So we all try to learn as much as we can when it comes to this thing because we care. We love this thing. We love wrestling. This is why we here doing the podcast every week for the past almost 6 years. So I'm proud of that. I'm proud of these guys who actually see the vision that we're trying to bring and what Adam was lacking of. We filled in the blanks for those. Some people gotta know that it's a black motherfucking crew that's behind the motherfucking scenes and we ain't tolerating that shit.
Sorry, that's just me. I noticed it first.
Understandable. He's saying it for me because I can't nobody say it because now I'm my whatever the fuck I'm at right now. But I can still like take my title off for a day and still get at your ass. Maybe just like that. But that's just me when I'm like over there. If I'm not doing SNW shit and I'm only doing something else, nah. But if it wasn't for Deuce, we would have never met Adam. So thank Deuce below me for actually, having that connection in the first place. So if it wasn't for Deuce, we would never be here.
Adam looks like a dude that will play semi-pro football. And he looked like he want to crack some motherfucking heads.
Okay, I hope Deuce is really not having his microphone on mute because he's doing something else. He's doing something else behind that screen.
Please no.
If he does, Mr. Bullshit is coming the fuck back.
All right, let's get back to Mr. Frost here. We ain't got him here for no reason. Let's stay frosty, guys.
All right, so Frosty, March 14th, draft night. You already You already talked about it on one of the podcasts before where you gave us a shout out though. Shout out to the RSMP Wrestling Podcast. Shout out to him. I love that episode that you did. I love Gianni's episode. Yeah, I had a great informative episode and everything. What is your goal when you come into SNW this year?
So, Lynn, Massachusetts is like a good town. Like that's a place where like I feel comfortable. We talk about Bobby D, you know. Like I know I can come to Lynn and like make an impact and do something worthwhile. You know what I mean? Like I may have an idea of what I'm gonna do and who I'm gonna do it with, and I might. I don't want to like tell everybody because I think it'll be a lot more fun if it just happens. But I am definitely coming to SNW with a purpose. And I know it's everything that I'm involved in is going to be dominant and enjoyable to watch. Like, I'm so excited to create memories for some people and just beat the damn piss out of others.
And of course, you're trying to get into the Bobby D trios too. So that's also that.
Oh, listen. I would not be in Supernova Wrestling if I did not have a chance to compete in the tournament in Bobby D's name. That is the entire reason I ever reach out to you guys in the first place, and that is essential. If I discovered that I was not going to be part of that, I would not be there because Bobby D is the man, and I am so excited to do anything that he is involved with.
Big shout out to Bobby D.
That's a fucking guy, bro.
That's a fucking guy. That's a fucking guy.
You have a cartoon of his face for his tournament. That's how fucking cool he is.
I just wish that other New England promotions will actually see that for themselves. You know what I mean,
bro? I wish all the promotions I worked with picked one fan and did a tournament in their name. You know what I mean? That is the coolest, dopest shit. And I actually acknowledge and appreciate Supernova for doing that.
Thank you so much. Thank Adam too. No, we all do that. Maverick, you about to say something?
Yeah, I got a couple questions for you, my man.
Yeah.
These are just no. These are my normal wrestling questions.
Oh shit.
The only two that I appreciate the most. Who is your Mount Rushmore? And who is your Mount Rushmore of your style of wrestling?
Okay. So I'm not avoiding anything. Mount Rushmore is so subjective. When you say Mount Rushmore in my style of wrestling, that gives me something to like really latch onto. Like normal ass just Mount Rushmore is so hard, but I'll try. I will try. And I'll say it's not going to be popular.
Give me your 4 and then an honorable mention then. How's that?
No, it's just I think the concept of Mount Rushmore without any aim or like
all right, I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
How like nobody's gonna put Roddy Piper on there, but he's like the greatest of all time. You know what I mean? Nobody's actually probably gonna put Eddie Guerrero on there, but he's the greatest of all time. You know what I mean? So like Mount Rushmore is weird. But if you want a Mount Rushmore of my style, like so now you're talking about like who influenced me and like what I try to do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Shane Douglas.
Ooh, okay.
Because the promos and just he's bigger than most of them, and he can amateur wrestle, but he also can do the hardcore shit. Like Shane Douglas is there, and I wouldn't say Stone Cold except that so many other people say Stone Cold, so like I can't not. You know what I mean? We are the exact same size, and It's just, it's like, okay, sure. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Shane Douglas, my style, Jake Roberts, and
Okay.
Roddy Piper. We're not, none of us are small guys, but none of us are huge guys. We all fight and scrap, but we can all wrestle too. Don't ask me to fucking give you amateur wrestling because I will. And we could all cut a promo. Like that's I think that's it. You want me to say Psycho Sid? He's 9 feet tall. You want me to say Daniel Bryan? He's the best wrestler in the world. No matter how much I would love to be able to wrestle like him, I can't. So Shane Douglas, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Jake the Snake Roberts, and Hot Rod Rowdy Piper is my Mount Rushmore of guys that I hope I could ever even like take a step towards being like. But normal ass Mount Rushmore has to be Andre the Giant because nobody understands because everybody's young now. Nobody understands what he meant to wrestling before.
Mm-hmm.
Andre, Taker, because Taker was in the Hogan era. He's in the Shawn and Brett era. He's in the Austin Rock era. He's in the Batista Randy era. He's in the Cena era. Like, Undertaker was there through all of that. And he was dominant and prominent through all of that. So Taker, Andre, Stone Cold, because he's the most marketable and, sold the most shirts of anybody. And then, I'm not going to say this racist guy, so Cena.
Some people will
You
say
know what I
Hulk
mean?
Hogan just because of what he did for wrestling, but I don't give a fuck. I don't really like Hulk Hogan. I never really liked him anyway. He was a one-trick pony for me.
The thing about Hogan is Hogan would never have happened without Cindy fucking Lauper. You know what I mean?
This is true.
Hogan wouldn't have happened without Captain Lou Albano. So, like, I get it, and I actually don't. I'm not shit talking anybody who wants to put Hogan at top, and that's fine because he was at top when he was, and he did a lot. And actually, Hollywood Hogan is the greatest villain of all time. But I'm not. If you're asking me, my Mount Rushmore, Hulk Hogan is not on it. I'd much rather put Randy Savage on my Mount Rushmore.
I thought you would have because you said he inspired you.
Savage?
Yep.
Oh, Randy Savage. Personally, like me as a human being, Randy Savage is the reason I got into wrestling. I grew up on him. I was glued to that television. I sought any fucking footage I could find of Randy Savage. But, it's hard to put him on Mount Rushmore if what you're talking about is like cultural relevance. And like, at the same time, no, I'm sorry, because everyone could do a Randy Savage impression, right? Everybody saw the Slim Jim commercials. So, you know what? Maybe Randy goes on there, but you only get 4. So now I got to push somebody else off. Kurt Angle is the greatest professional wrestler of all time. Again, there's so many goats, but Kurt Angle, like character-wise, wrestling-wise, fucking everything he did was so good as a hero, as a villain. Like Kurt Angle was unbelievable. So how do you not put him in the Mount Rushmore? He was an Olympic gold medalist for our country. Right. How do you not put him in Mount Rushmore? It's Mount Rushmore is so hard.
I think it's just based on the person and how and what they grew up watching and stuff like that. That's how they're going to try to pick it. Them Mount Rushmore. So we all gonna sit here and talk about this shit all day ourselves.
Yeah, well, until you start thinking hard about it, and then it becomes impossible.
Well, that was a great segue to my question.
Favorite question.
Oh, we got more questions.
Question that everybody lives for, man. We all wait for me to ask this question because it's what it is, man.
It's funny because my question always segues into your question.
It does. It always it lines it up perfectly every time. But when did you fall in love with wrestling?
I was a child laying on the living room floor at my great grandparents' house, and it was Randy Savage. And actually, the first match I remember was Texas Tornado versus Mr. Perfect on a Saturday morning, and it was at a different grandparents' house. That was my regular grandparents, not my great grandparents. And my grandfather comes in, and I'm watching, and I'm like, this is fucking awesome. Like, I already read comic books. Like, I was like, this is superheroes. Like, they're just fighting. This is great. He comes in, he goes, oh, that shit's fake. And I'm like, dude, everything is fake. What do you mean? Like, everything I watch is fake. This is just another fake thing. That's great. I don't care. Like, I want to watch this. So many people are so worried about how fake wrestling is. Like, okay, guys. Yeah, I don't know. Mr. Perfect, Texas Tornado. It was a Saturday morning. That's the first that I remember, like, actively sitting and watching. But when my great grandmother would rent WrestleManias and Survivor Series and Royal Rumbles for me to watch, I was always looking for Randy Savage. That's what got me into it.
It's always my favorite question to ask is no matter what you've been through or what you've gone through and everything, we all remember that moment where it was like, I like this a lot. A lot. For me, it's WrestleMania 10, Michaels, Shawn, and Razor.
Ladder match, yeah.
Ladder match. I like, similar to you, I'd never seen anything like that before. And I was just, from that moment, just hooked. That's it. This is
the first time I watched it and thought, like, maybe I could do this.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is going to be a little later, especially because I'm older. So, like, I was further along, but it was RVD and Sabu at WrestlePalooza 98, I think. And they were fucking each other up so bad. And I was like, man, like, I think I could do this. Like, I think, like, you know, even in 1998, I was 16. I was 16 years old. And I was like, man, I think I could do this. And I just didn't know how. So that's why I started so late. And now, you know, that I've been in it for a while, and I got to wrestle Just Incredible, and he was in the best shape of his life at the time that we wrestled. He was. And I wrestled the Sandman, you know, so I got to, like, be in there with these guys that I looked up to, like, to this degree. You know, I feel like I did the right thing. I feel like I do belong in it, and I feel like I have gotten to do something that I was meant to do.
And then my last question is, do you still watch as a fan or as a contemporary? And is it different? Is the love still there as when you first watched, or is it now you're looking, I don't want to say inspiration, but like you're looking at it just through a different lens?
I think anybody who has been a part of it, like you don't have a choice. You see it through a different lens. But I will say that when it's good, like when it's on, there, like, that disappears. You know, let's say, you know, Cody Roman, the second main event of WrestleMania, right? And you're just like there. I didn't want them to have their second main event. I didn't want Cody to win the second Rumble. I was pissed. I wanted something else. I wanted Roman to go 2,000 days. So it wasn't for me. But watching the match was just like, it was a moment, and you felt it. You knew it was a moment while it was happening, and you were just experiencing it. You know what I mean? Those moments do happen, and they happen on Raw and SmackDown too. Once in a while, you're watching and you're like, you forget. You can forget that you're a fan, or in the business or anything. You're not thinking about any of that because you're just like drawn into what they're doing. That does happen, and it's so magical when it does happen. Um, but to answer the question, it is a little different to watch. I see things differently in the sense that like I know now because I've been trained very well by. Oh, hang on. I think okay. I've been trained very well in a few different places, and I've learned a lot. But like, you still, I mean, I can't imagine anyone wrestler saying I'm not a fan anymore. And if they do, like, just stop doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we've yet to get that answer saying otherwise to what you're saying.
Like, if you're not a fan anymore, then like why would you put your body through this? Like, even if you're making money, like that doesn't sound like you get a different job, dude. You know what I mean?
It's a hard life if you don't love it.
Which is crazy because if you watch the pro wrestlers that are on TV now, they all say the same shit. We watch WWE, we watch AEW, we watch TNA, we watch NXT and all this stuff. So it's just like if you're not watching it as a fan, what are you really doing?
Yeah.
What is the point of lacing up your boots if you're not even a student still?
Well, that's the other thing is like if you think you're done learning, then you don't know shit.
Exactly.
Because there's so much to learn at all times. Like I can't think of a single like Roman Reigns could come to an SNW show and work in front of that crowd and like still learn something from like something he did. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like he would hear something from this person over here and be like, "Oh, that was different than I expected." You know, forgive me, maybe I'm a fucking asshole for saying so, but it seems to me, having known a lot of people who've been pretty far at different points, like you're always learning, and if you're not listening to the crowd, you don't know what you're doing, and if you are listening to the crowd, that's the only way to learn.
Period. One question from me is when that time comes after your career starts, I know that you're still you still got a long way to go. Do you ever feel like you feel like you want to like open up a wrestling school your own for yourself too, and then you try to contribute back to the community that way as well?
Well, that's really cute because nobody's ever asked me that. If I had a choice, and this, even though he has turned on me and he has stabbed me in the back, he has been a complete piece of shit towards me in events. I owe everything I have in wrestling to Slick Wagner Brown, and if Test of Strength continues to exist after Slick Wagner Brown is done teaching, and I can help in any way, I will. I believe in the brand, and I believe in the school, and I believe in Wagner and how he teaches. So we'd have to hammer a few things out because we've had some very public beef. But I would absolutely want.
We're dropping like flies. What's going on?
Frosty.
Well, we definitely were gonna lose Uncle Fast because he's untrained.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to say, Mike, your question, it always gets me because my favorite actual match I have ever watched that made me fall in love with wrestling is fucking when William Regal put on a fucking clinic against Bill Goldberg.
You
that man, you guys know I love technical wrestlers. Like that is my thing. So when I saw William Regal put on that fucking clinic, I just sat there like this, like a little fucking kid in front of his favorite cartoon. That man fucking whooped his ass.
That's crazy.
I'm back.
Hey,
That's
Who's
always
who's
been my
ass?
favorite.
What are you talking about?
I was saying, what made me fall in love with wrestling was when William Regal put on a fucking masterclass against Bill Goldberg and whooped his fucking ass. Because
That's what got you into wrestling?
I am a huge technical wrestling fan. Like,
No, I love
huge.
that. Yo, I'm not doubting you at all. I'm not giving you a hard time. I'm not questioning you. But that's like that moment you were like, oh, fuck, this is dope.
Yeah, honest to God, I
That's
love
awesome.
technical wrestlers. And get it. It wasn't even black guys. It was two white guys. One that looks like he
Bro.
shouldn't even be wrestling, and then
Bro,
the
the
other
rest
guy
of
that looks
wrestling
like
has
Brock Lesnar on
disappointed you.
steroids.
Like, pro wrestling has disappointed you since then. Because that's like the hype, bro.
Nah, man. All technical wrestlers like Bryan Danielson, Seth Rollins,
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero, fucking Dean Malenko.
Kurt Angle.
You know what I'm saying? You name them. Bret Hart,
Bret Hart.
Owen
Brett,
Hart.
yeah, Brett.
Fuck, get the fuck out of here. I'm a huge technical wrestling fan. Like, you can put anybody. Shelton Benjamin. Come on, like, please.
Hey,
Shelton Benjamin's the fucking man, dude.
He is.
you can rock with me. Ain't no stop.
Had a great song. Always, Shelton's always had great music.
He really has.
He's always had great music.
Even when he had the golden hair.
Yeah, even the gold standard. Always had good music.
Oh man. Y'all.
All right, well, I'm not trying to keep it, guys. I got back, so I wanted to.
Yeah,
No. Hey, no, man. You're fine. Went left field with that last question anyway. Y'all got any more questions for Frosty?
No, I don't. You was asking him something, right? Or
The wrestling school.
yeah, he answered. That's what he was
No,
answering.
I was just saying, like, yeah,
Yeah.
if you're asking me, like, would I open a wrestling school? Like, I would never open one myself, but like, you know, if, and I'm kind of old too, but if Wags decides to step down, you know, and he needs somebody to step up to keep the school open, like, I absolutely would do that, but I wouldn't open my own. Like, I'd run seminars, but here's the funniest thing, and I'll end on this. I can give you an incredible wrestling seminar because of the seminars I've taken and the people I've learned from. So, like, if I'm giving a seminar, don't say like, oh, Ryan Frost thinks he could tell me what to do. No, motherfucker. Killer Kowalski thinks he could tell you what to do. Slick Wagner Brown thinks he could tell you what to do. Paul Roma thinks he could tell you what to do. Brutal Bob Evans thinks he could tell you what to do. The genius Lanny Poffo thinks he could tell you what to do. You know what I mean? Like the people I've learned from. Shane Douglas, Just Incredible, The Sandman. Like, the people that I've learned from can give you some insight through me. So, like, you know, I'm not saying give me $30 for me to talk to you for 2 hours. I'm just saying, like, at this point, somebody like me has learned enough that I could probably impart some wisdom if I were to give a seminar. But no, I'm not going to open a wrestling school. I don't think I should.
Okay.
How'd you come up with your name?
That was not me. My friend Alex Rojas, who was a part of Test of Strength at the time, we were trying to think of like what it was when I was ready to debut. And because I have an amateur wrestling background, we thought maybe it would be almost kind of like MMA, but none of us want to do that. A, because it's like, at this point it's cheesy. And also B, like, I didn't study MMA. So like, I'm not going to pretend that I did, but one of the first names was the Icer Ryan Frost. And it was like, I mean, it's kind of cool, but like, am I like icing cakes? Like, you know, frosting kind of sounds like, you know, I don't know. It's kind of weird. But Ryan Frost like kept sticking. Like, whenever we tried to go in a different direction, like that seemed like what it was going to be. And you know, you don't want to be the Iceman because of Dean Malenko. You don't want to be Stone Cold because of Steve Austin. You don't want to like, or like Chuck Liddell. What's his name?
Yep, the Iceman.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not trying to be a fucking MMA fighter. Like,
Oh, damn, Frosty. You know what I just thought about? Think about this, right? I know you may not be into mafia movies and shit like that, but you ever watch the movie The Iceman?
I don't think so.
Okay. So basically that movie is based on a mafia hitman for the Gambinos called the Iceman, but his real name was Richard Kuklinski. He was
Okay.
I think he was Jewish. I think he was. I think he was like a Jewish gangster and like the type of shit like that, but he wasn't he was just like a regular family man, but when he came to like the street, he was just like that vicious person and shit. I think Frosty just got dropped off again. But I don't know if y'all watched that movie called The Iceman and shit like that. But if y'all do, for real, watch it. You know, good acting.
I'm sorry, not everybody's into mafia movies, bro.
I'm just saying, okay. All right, I was just saying that if y'all watched it, or if y'all into certain things like that, then that was something else. But till we said like Frosty, everyone call him Frosty, he'll say, "Oh, Frosty, Mr. Frosty," whatever, like that. It just remind me of that movie. That's all.
Mr. Frosty.
It does.
What a guy.
Going inside that fucking that ice cream truck and shit like that. You open up the freezer, there's a dead body in there.
You want to see a dead body?
It's in the freezer.
Classic Black History moment.
It really was. It really was.
Listen, I came from Africa. You came from Africa. We all came from Africa. I'm not from Africa. I'm from Crenshaw Mafia.
Do you know what the closest white race is to black people?
No.
Gingers. Do you know they have melanin in them? They have more melanin than any other white race.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they're the closest thing to black people that are white. Those are the closest Anglo-Saxons.
Gingers are.
I thought you were gonna say an albino, but
nah.
No.
I don't know how. Don't ask me why I know these weird facts. I just do.
That's a random fact.
I got it. Hey, call me the Snapple fact guy because I got a lot of them.
That was definitely one of them.
Frosty got to hail something, folks. So we're going to just quickly just move on this shit, But thank you, Mr. Frosty, if he comes back or not for that lovely interview.
I don't think he's ready for the niggerisms, bro.
Well, the niggerisms is about to start coming out because Dewey Foley, yes, Mick Foley's his son, as he gave his critique, and as he was a former writer for WWE at one point, this is what he would give his predictions of what if he was booking WrestleMania Vegas and shit for the 2 nights. Is how the fuck it will be. He did this whole thing,
corny.
Drew McIntyre. I mean, y'all can read it for yourselves, but
I let's take Cody out of the fucking picture. Let's give somebody else a title shot.
He has to be in it though.
For what? He's a fucking clown. Enough of the court.
He's the biggest babyface in the company.
Goodbye.
Besides Punk.
Make Jacob for 2 and Drew back versus Drew back.
You got to give these guys some fucking love, man. I'm telling y'all, motherfuckers, I don't like this shit because these motherfuckers are constantly giving the same motherfuckers opportunities. Now, regular people who are on WWE main event on YouTube shouldn't be. And then we have to have the quarterback and everything. Go back to playing Guile on Street Fighter and give somebody else a chance. No one wants to see you walk like Elmer Fudd when you get mad. Next.
That is funny. When his old man walk is hilarious.
Yeah. That's crazy. Here's the next match that we would book.
Next.
I mean, I wouldn't mind this because it would be a banger, but we've seen this.
And what is Big E there for? To be the ring announcer?
Yeah.
Sit commentary? Because bye-bye.
I guess show up for emotional support.
Fuck
with New Day, try to turn faces, I guess.
He could stay retired.
That's crazy.
He stick to the pre-show.
I agree. Cody is a clown.
He's very good at that. But the pre-show, by the way, he's very good at that.
Yeah.
Next one. Brock Lesnar versus Over 50.
Stick it in my veins.
Easily,
Stick it in my veins.
Easily the best match of this card.
Stick it in my veins right now. Freebase it right now.
I rather see that like twice, both nights.
Night 1 and night 2.
Not enough of that. So I'm sorry, but that's a fucking banger of a match. It's like Sheamus and Rusev all over again.
Big men slapping meat. We love it.
You know what I'm saying?
So, no, I don't want to see this.
I don't like this match.
I don't want to see this either.
This is just random. I'm just throwing names at a hat. Like,
what the fuck is Ethan Page doing here?
That's what I'm like.
Follow up.
Get the fuck out of here, clown. Just give me Bad Bunny and Jake Paul and Logan Paul and I'm good.
I would love for that match.
That's it. That would, out of those 8 people, Bad Bunny, Logan Paul, exciting. Everything else, trash.
Javion and Austin Theory would be a banger.
I feel like
that would be a banger.
I feel like LA Knight would be a banger. We all know this
is probably more like it will not happen.
This was going to happen, but it ain't gonna.
It ain't gonna happen because both of them got that Anthony Davis disease.
Damn.
The Mr. Glass.
Street clothes.
Well, actually, Breakers was a hernia.
Listen, well, I saw Anthony Davis tear a tendon in his hand playing defense. Nothing surprises me with him anymore. Like,
oh my god,
this man rolls his ankle. He's out for 7 weeks.
like
crazy.
Like Braun got a hernia flipping over a table. Like, come on. We know this ain't gonna happen because Bianca's hand still can't close.
Yeah. They just showed a video of her actually with the stitches in her finger actually rehabbing it. But whatever. And then who are those other 3? Is that Charlotte Flair?
That's Charlotte, Rhea, and Tiffany.
Listen, I'd rather Tiffany versus Jade because the other 2 are in the title pictures so much.
Please, no.
I can't stand the other 2 being in title contention every fucking month. Like, give me somebody new.
I hear you, but please not Tiffany and Jade again. Please, no.
Yeah, you're right, because Tiffany can't be carrying Jade no more.
Because Tiffany can't carry nobody anyway.
Jade can't.
She can't even keep her clothes on. Fuck carrying somebody.
Okay, if you claim Jade as a dependent on your taxes, you'll get more money.
Hey, I called H&R Block. You get an extra $500.
$500, please.
Yeah, an Iron Survivor match. I mean, you know what? I'm not mad at it because this match would slap. Actually, this match actually would slap.
Excluding the Bella
the
twins.
Bellas, I know, but you know,
every other team. This will make a phenomenal match. Just get the Bella twins out of here.
If you could take the Bellas out and put Asuka and Kyrie in there,
yeah,
ooh, banger. Mick Foley, his son, he's doing a little. He's mixing trying. A little bit. He's mixing a little bit. This would be a good match.
This is where you want to lose Maverick.
That's where you lost me. You lost me right there.
The only reason why it would be a good match is because Chad Gable is actually a pretty good fucking technical wrestler, and
he is a very good wrestler.
And then the other
Ludwig.
And Ludwig, exactly, but I'd rather Ludwig stay El Grande Americano because he could speak more Spanish. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to keep that roll up like that, that's how you got to do it.
And Chad Gable can just be Chad Gable, like he.
Yeah. And we all know why he became El Grande Americano, because he's trash when it comes to wrestling fucking luchas.
Stick it in my veins.
Hey, again, another match that can happen on night 1 and 2.
Because once they cut that promo, I was hooked. Hook,
Yo,
line, and sinker.
who are you telling? He cut that promo, Roman Reigns. I don't want to. I'm choosing you because I hate you. I always hated you. When he said that, I was like, damn. Woo. Did you call Seth Rollins to help book this promo? This ladder match be trash. Why is R-Truth in it?
I don't know why Truth's in it, and Shinsuke's also not really a ladder match person, but having Mello and Trick and Rey Fenix fly and Sammy fly around.
Hey, what's that dude that with the neck tattoo?
Dragunov.
Ilya.
Dragunov.
I'm tired of seeing him fighting Carmelo. Like that's been like 3 months straight on TV. I'm good. Next.
I mean, I'm not mad at it.
I think this is where Trick Williams could probably get. I mean, we'll probably be able to get the U.S. title, and that'll skyrocket his stock and shit. So
his stock is already skyrocketing.
It's already like Trick is
but
a main
putting
eventer.
the title on him would actually be like, oh shit, like that's
like
what you really gonna try to do. Okay,
in a long time, this is like a great wrestler, a black wrestler to have a pop besides Oba. Like you don't get that often.
This actually would be good. This would be good.
This just needs to happen. It's tiring waiting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm tired of waiting. I feel like 50 Cent. I'm patiently waiting.
If they all turn on Dom and Liv, that would be hilarious.
I need Liv to get the fuck out of here in general. I'm tired of seeing her.
She plays her heel role really well, though.
Yeah, well, she can be a heel somewhere else. I'm tired of seeing her on my TV.
Heel on the bottom of my shoe.
Fucking racist bitch.
Right. Mm-hmm. Even though we know that we're gonna get this, but honestly, come on.
Because we know she's gonna choose this bitch. Like, come on.
I'm popular. Give me Raquel and Stephanie again, because that was a banger.
Yo, for real.
Like, give me that again.
Like, for real. Like, that was a fantastic match.
Like, I would sign up for that, but I know this is what we're gonna get. So.
Because Liv Morgan's a bitch and she's afraid to choose Jade Cargill.
But would you want her to choose Jade? If it was Jade and Liv,
it wouldn't make sense.
It would just be like.
Does anything make sense in WWE anymore?
In the women's division, not really.
Yeah, I must say technically no. You got a point about that. But this actually makes a strong point right here. Yeah. I know, Matthew, you said this shit earlier too. I was like, yeah, if they do this, Ray gotta go.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, I don't think he really wants to because his daughter's coming in.
Man,
I think he's gonna try and pull this whole LeBron shit and hold out till his kid comes.
For.
But like I said earlier, I don't think it's gonna mean anything if his daughter comes because he ain't gonna do shit for her just like he ain't do shit for Dom.
Damn, straight up assault on the deadbeat dad theory. Fuck.
I mean, look at Dom. He became a better wrestler with the fucking Judgment Day than his daddy. The fuck out of here. Fucking clown. I can't believe you guys. I can't believe you guys think he actually would do something for her.
What you mean?
Fucking clown. Welcome to the clown show. And this year, in the circus of the year, and the clown of the year award goes to Rey Mysterio.
Not Booyaka, please.
Yeah, Mr. 619 is a fucking clown. Like, how do you have a whole faction and do nothing for him?
Nothing.
Get the fuck. Like, you are Rey Mysterio.
I mean, he did get hurt twice.
It don't fucking matter.
Them old bones couldn't carry it no more. Them old bones couldn't hold the weight anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that learning tree should have been there. I'm sorry, but It was nowhere to be found because
Man,
guess what? He's trash.
that's crazy.
Next fucking up. If he retires him, I'll be happy. Get him the fuck out of here. Take out the trash, Gunther. Keep on doing it. You're doing a great job.
Booyaka, out your way out the door.
I bet you right now, when they do this tribute for AJ Styles, Gunther's gonna ruin it.
He's absolutely gonna ruin it.
He's gonna come out laughing. Ha ha! You can't see
And
me.
I'm gonna be laughing at the world if that happens, though. Like straight up.
Oh,
I'm gonna be
he's
so
absolutely-
laughing so hard at that thing. I'm like, yo, as much as I hate Gunther right now for me for doing all this shit, I find this shit hilarious. I'm
Get
like,
ready,
yo,
'cause
why
he's
you being
definitely coming
upset
out.
because he's killing off your favorite wrestlers because they're retiring anyway? Like you shouldn't even be mad.
Also, I want to touch base on one of my favorite Samoans, Zilla Fatu.
Okay.
You're another fucking clown, bro.
Uh-oh. What do you do?
Oh, my problem with Zilla right now.
Hold on. I gotta
It's-
throw this one out. Mitch for life. Go ahead.
Nah. This ain't.
No.
This is a Mitch. This is a Mitch for right now.
A Mitch for right now.
Mitch for right now. I'm mad because which is Mark Henry said it best. He's around the wrong people and surrounding himself around the wrong people and not getting where he needs to be. He keeps saying he wants to be with his cousins. He wants to be with his cousins. But his attitude still shows he got a lot of maturing to do. You cannot be around those people who don't see the best interest in you. Having yes men around you don't do shit for you but keep you where you are. You are holding yourself back by hanging around the wrong people. That's why you're still at Ring of Honor, Reality Wrestling, House of Glory, GLW, GCW, MLW, whatever. That's why you're not at the big leagues yet. That's why you're on TNA. That's why you're wrestling MJF at House of Glory for your title, because you're not doing what you need to do. If you watch his live streams, he has the same corny dudes behind him doing the same corny shit. And that right there is just what holds you back. This is why a lot of WWE wrestlers are let go, because they're doing the stupidest things that holds them back from keeping their job.
I mean, those are all facts.
Great facts. Can't stress that enough. Shit.
Besides the fact that at least he wrestled MJF though. Probably get his ass on AEW before he gets on WWE. Just saying.
At the rate he's going, but that might be the road he has to take. Because Stephanie was on AEW before WWE.
Yeah, but she wasn't. I think she was just. I don't think she really had a real contract. And then another thing, here we go. Another Mitch, Britt Baker, Britt fucking Baker. Speaking of AEW, they keep saying this bitch is injured, but she's just off TV for other reasons, bro. In my honest opinion, if you want to wrestle, get out of your fucking contract and go do what you want to do. This bitch just did an interview the other day, and she's like, "Oh, if I want to wrestle, you'll see me somewhere. Just keep a lookout, bitch. Wrestle. You're good. What are you doing?"
She is
can wrestle.
Too, so.
Like a lot of these wrestlers are just like, it's just wild. This Lakers game is crazy, by the way.
Who's winning? Who's winning?
I don't know, but the Lakers are
Lakers are
actually
down.
playing defense.
Luka's playing defense.
They're actually winning?
Yeah.
Huh?
My man has a double-double right now.
It's actually interesting day. The first day, and the first thing that shocked me last night was fucking seeing fucking Al Horford and fucking Porzingis playing and fucking Golden State fucking jerseys. I'm like, that just looks so weird.
Hey, let me tell you something. Porzingis ain't gonna play more than 17 games.
Dylan is convinced that he has AIDS. By the way,
no, I'll underbet that. I'll give you 12.
I wouldn't, but I don't believe you. I don't believe
I'll
it's
give
not.
you 12
Like, there's
games,
just no
man.
way.
No, I give him 12 games because you give.
He's not getting over 20. I guarantee you that he's not getting more than 20. But Mike, I believe you on that because there's just no way you cannot tell me what your mysterious illness is.
It's just an illness. I've never seen an NBA player be out as much as him, and the reason is illness. And they won't tell us what the illness is. Like,
not since Magic Johnson. You know, we all know what happened to him.
It's crazy.
That's wild.
Motherfucker. Where the fuck did dudes go, punk bitch?
I don't know where the fuck dudes go.
That nigga laying down?
I think he's laying down, but I can't tell.
He's been off for over an hour.
Is he dead?
No, he ain't dead.
He better not be.
He better not be fucking anyone over there.
After losing fucking. You mean his sock?
I'll say I feel like we would have to see something.
You know? But anyway. Yo, back to my favorite match. Did y'all motherfuckers see? I have to go back to this. But did you motherfuckers see how this man, William Regal, literally was putting on a clinic? Like, Bill Goldberg cannot fucking wrestle.
Uh-uh.
That man legit only has 5 moves. 5 fucking moves. You're next. No, bitch, you suck.
Spear, jackhammer, that weird crescent kick that he does.
In your spear.
That gorilla press slam. And that weird y'all ever notice that weird knee bar he always tries to do? Like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He legit only has like 7 moves.
I was just looking back at his first run for that year in 2003 and shit like that. How he only signed for like 1 year because he was just testing out the waters and shit like that. But you know, he didn't like how he was booked and shit like that. He was still kind of like wishy-washy. Was like the locker room, and like you wasn't really gonna be like in that situation for that long anyway, regardless.
But a lot of those WCW wrestlers were like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, go ahead, finish. My bad. I just wanted to put that in there.
Spectacular. Try not to lie, fellas.
For what? Don't be a bitch. Let that shit out.
I just said try not to laugh because what I'm about to show you is a try not to laugh challenge.
Oh, God.
So,
all right.
Who the fuck is this clown?
That's Mandy Rose.
Fellas.
I can't laugh at that.
Yes, you can.
I'm subscribed to her OnlyFans.
Season 6 because today's video is also an episode of Rick and Morty, same year. But talk about contrast. This one's going to be stark. That was your girl with the bar. Today's competitor is rated as the 10th worst wrestler of all time. Despite that, I haven't even heard of him. I doubt many of you have heard of him. So I figured out that we need to find out more. And as it turns out, not actually a boring competitor for Ring of the Hawk at all. I'm interested to see how you guys feel about them. All right, it's Quincy Elliott in a bag. It's all starting to sag. Not much is known about Quincy Elliott, except that they suck. Match 1, Joe Gacy versus Quincy Elliott. Wow, that might be one of the worst, most disgusting attires I've seen in WWE history. I didn't know Cheeks got a second chance after TNA. Well, I'll give it this. Quincy wouldn't last a second in a ball field. It's like this.
How do you not laugh at this guy's accent?
The street. If I told you it was somehow going to get worse, would you believe me? Is this seriously a WWE show? Ugh, let's get this over and done with. I can't believe this is my day today. Quincy's dad is in attendance to show support. Joe Gacy fails to barge Quincy down, which causes Quincy to seductively dance at him. Quincy does his own barge and a hip toss, somehow a 2 count. Gacy smacks Quincy one, which almost knocks him out of his clown pants. Gacy has the speed advantage here, which I can't imagine happens very often. This match is 90% stomps. Quincy spends ages trying to fight out of a submission. I'm talking about a third of the entire match. Quincy finally succeeds and just keeps hitting smacks. Gacy then tries to outpace Quincy and does a drop down, only to get a belly flop. I felt that one. Quincy Elliott also hits a drop kick. This causes Harland, a follower of Gacy, to rise up onto the apron. Quincy Elliott blows him a kiss. He turns around to find Gacy hanging upside down in the corner. He kicks him away, then he hits a handspring into a clothesline. It's over. There was about 10 seconds here which weren't horrible, but everything else was slow, and to be honest, I was sat here wondering how on earth this was on TV. This honestly must be the worst look in the history of pro wrestling, though. I will say, at least Quincy Elliott tried to add some charisma, so it's a D. Match 2 tag match, Malik Blade and Edris Enofi versus Damaris Griffin and Quincy Elliott. Well, the look is at least a bit better this time. He looks like he's trying to be a cool guy. Quincy starts this one with a shove down and a Rick Rude taunt. Malik Blade manages to drop him,
on my TV screen.
Crushed with a splash to his back.
Yo, Malik Blade and that other dude are actually were really good.
Edris bounces off Quincy's back into a dropkick, which causes the big man to tag out. After a very long time, Quincy is tagged back in. He pounces Edris across the ring. Well, at least he's somebody's favourite wrestler. Shockingly, it's not over. Edris still has fight as he tries a sunset flip, but he's too weak to pull Quincy into the pin, but he manages to dodge the ass bomb. Malik flies in with a springboard crossbody smack. This guy's rapid. He manages to knock down Quincy and then he flies off the top with a crossbody for a 2. Quincy smacks him one and tags out. Bad choice because the other guys keep double teaming and eventually they put away Griffin with a charging knee and a frog splash. I like the pounce. I always like the pounce. Quincy is more interesting than his partner was, so at least at this stage he has something going for him. Somehow it is not a complete write-off. It's a D just about. Match 3, Andre Chase versus Quincy Elliott. Back to the terrible attires I see. Quincy looks like he's wearing several bin bags. For some reason, the cameraman goes up his ass as he enters the ring. The Hawk really didn't need to see that. Oh, brother, you got me. Quincy starts out shoving Chase in the corner and seductively dances it. Quincy then gets him in the opposite corner and grinds on him like he's at the club.
Several bin bags.
Continues dancing with happiness. Chase grinds back on him and says he can do it better. Andre runs at him as Quincy once again shakes his non-existent hips. Andre is unable to pick him up because he's fat. Instead, Chase tries a drop down, which as established is a bad choice. There's the big splash. Quincy stands on his back for a 1 count. Here's the best move now as Quincy Elliott with a side slam for a 2 count. To quote Jim Cornette, it's like 2 possums fighting inside a pillowcase. Quincy applies a tired looking bear hug. Chase eventually boxes his ears. He manages to kick Elliott down and flies off the top with a crossbody. This match just goes on and on. Andre fails on a sunset flip, but this time Quincy seductively dances at the camera and tries a running splash that misses. That costs him as Chase wins the match with a scoop slam. It's like Andre and Hogan. It's not like Andre and Hogan at all. I hated this match. It felt like such a chore to get through. It's an S. 4 matches in, will we finally see our first win? Quincy Elliott, who has kept the bin bags on, not the slut drop on the ring pole. And he takes on Josh Briggs. We start as we often do, with a quick grinding on his opponent in the corner. Quincy tries it in the other corner, which fires up Briggs. He smashes Quincy into the ropes and slides out of the ring to hit a smack. He charges back into the ring with a boot that misses, and then he's taken down with a kitchen sink as Nigel McGuinness makes a joke about pleasuring, and it goes all silent.
Stronger muscles in his right hand, from what I understand, Sudo.
Quincy manages to get a 2 off a suplex. Now he hits a barge and a big splash to his back. He really needs to start making a pin after that move. It would surely be over, but no. This elbow to the face looks painful, though. These 2 guys don't seem to be enjoying this match very much. Well, I don't seem to like them very much. It's dragging again. Quincy Elliott tries a Vader bomb, but instead he falls on his ass as the bogies almost fall out of his nostrils. Josh Briggs knocks him to the mat with a big boot. He slams Quincy to the mat and hits a big splash. No pin is made. Instead, he quickly squashes him again in the corner. Briggs dodges the follow-up and he nails a clothesline for the 3. This was a real struggle to get through, and I honestly didn't know how I'm going to survive the rest of this video. It's an S. Match 5. The boy in the bin bag who grinds on the ring announcer. That does actually get a pop out the crowd, by the way, and he takes on Bryson Montana. These 2 guys are just dancing and being wacky. I've seen several boring matches at this point, but this one must take the biscuit. It is unbearable. Why do they feel like they need to drag these matches out for 8 minutes? Bryson charges him in the corner and tries to follow up with a slam, but Elliott is too fat. Quincy Elliott does a spinning reverse back elbow for a 2. He can't follow that and he runs into a dropkick. Quincy puts the ass to good use now and slams Montana, and then they fall off the middle rope into a splash. It's over. Quincy Elliott has finally won a match, and it still sucks on Isiaki's ass. It's an S. Match 6, Ikiman Jairu versus Quincy Elliott. We start with Quincy trying to send a kiss to Jairu, who catches it and throws it away, which fires up Quincy. They do eventually fight. Gyro is too weak to slam Quincy and he gets squashed. Nothing happens for ages. Then Gyro tries a springboard smack into the ring, which is blocked, and Quincy chops him in the head. Quincy is feeling this match. The ass drop does not connect. Gyro starts hitting Elliott in the ass. An Integuri and a super kick drops Quincy down to the knees. Gyro hits a springboard moonsault for a 2. Once again, Gyro is too weak to slam Quincy. Quincy fires up like the Hulk and rubs the ass in the face. Whatever. Elliott misses the killer blow and Gyro rolls up Elliott for the 3. The damn shoulders weren't even down. They decide to become friends after the match. Why would Gyro want to be friends with somebody who just tried to rub their ass in your face? It's an X. I don't ever want to see this. Match 7, tag match. Ikeman, Gyro, and Quincy Elliott will now be a tag team because they both like fashion and rubbing ass in the face, apparently. Elliott's nickname is now the Super Diva. This actually seems to be working with the crowd. Quincy will once again be facing Idris Enough and Malik Blade. We start with Quincy grinding on and off. He's too weak to pick up Elliott, so he does push-ups to try and get stronger. No amount of push-ups will help, and Quincy makes him think again with a hip toss and a charging basement shoulder tackle. Quincy tags out, but does hit a barge for the partner. It seems like they were trying to create some sort of memorable double team move here, but it's not quite there yet. Gyro will be isolated for ages. The crowd chant, "We want Quincy," followed by dueling chants of, "No, we don't." Unfortunately for them, we do get him again. Quincy keeps barging down Blade and hits him with a reverse back elbow and a big splash. The pin is broken up. Quincy responds by hitting a double barge down. Enough hits him with a chop block, and then he runs off his back to take out Gyro with a flying smack. Quincy Elliott gets smashed with a charging knee, and he brings his partner in. Enough picks him up, and along with his partner hits a Samoan drop neck breaker combination. I'm not even going to complain, because they hit it to a very fat man. It's over. Best match so far. The crowd truly cared, and everything was focused on bursts of moves, so it didn't get a chance to get boring. The Hawk calls what he sees, and the crowd were extremely into Quincy Elliott here. It's a C. Match 8. Zion Quinn versus Quincy Elliott. It's the Battle of the Quins. He now owns his own jeweled up moped thing. The crowd are going berserk. They especially love the slut drop on the ring pole. Quinn quickly charges him and starts smacking him in the corner. Quinn keeps bouncing fists off his gut. Quincy shuts him down with a hip toss and a basement shoulder tackle. He shakes every inch of his body with happiness and squashes Zion with a big corner uppercut. Quinn comes back with a slow motion strike. Quincy suddenly wakes up and he starts shaking around the ring. The shaking doesn't help and he runs straight into a brick wall. Zion Quinn picks him up and hits a Death Valley driver. I have no idea how that's just a 2 count. In fact, it seems to fire up Quincy Elliott. After a bit of a battle, Zion Quinn puts on a cravat, but he's still struggling with the size difference. Quincy Elliott again fires up and hits a spinning reverse back elbow. Quincy Elliott squashes him in the corner and he hits the falling middle rope splash for the 3. Wow, Quincy Elliott is getting a push now. It really helps having the crowd be into his matches. It still felt a bit slow, but I like the moped. It's just a D. It seems at this point his popularity was noticed by the higher-ups who called him up from the
pause it for a second.
to the ultimate developmental, the full NXT show.
Pause it for a second. What they failed to say is, this dude is trashing the shit out of this man, but what he failed to realize is this motherfucker actually got good as he progressed. By match 8, he was doing different maneuvers. He was adding more to his repertoire, and he was actually looking decent. Besides the fact he
character is just awful.
Yeah, it was, but he actually started wrestling.
He was like a mobile viscera.
That's exactly what he was.
Yeah, he was
Let's
a gay
get Fred
viscera.
there to introduce himself to the NXT universe. He isn't a superstar. Quincy is a super diva. This is then followed up by a tweet welcoming fans to the Gagitude era. I think he needs to be welcomed to the Smackitude era.
I look to my left. I look to my right. I see people of all different walks of life, and it excites me.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Match 9,
Sounds like a
NXT.
drug.
Quincy gets a huge entrance,
Base
first pulling up with his
44.
bike, and then look how much production has gone into this entrance. They clearly saw something in
I remember
Quincy.
this.
Quincy
Oh my
Elliott
God.
versus Jobber, Sam Gallagher. Quincy makes short work of the Jobber, hitting a spinning back elbow, and has now changed the finisher to a Yokozuna bonsai drop. The crowd chanted Super Diva throughout the match. Quincy grabs the ref, and it ends. fun little segment, but it was literally 2 minutes in total. It's a D. Match 10, NXT, Zion Quinn versus Quincy Elliott, who now looks like Diet Viscera for some reason. Quincy cuts a promo on the way to the ring. Quincy wants to see Zion Quinn in a Halloween costume and also wants to work with Shotzi to host some wacky Halloween show that's coming up. Shotzi says these two must now have a match and the winner can be her co-host for the Halloween show. Quincy hits a back body drop straight away and smacks Zion out of the ring. Quincy gets spanked by Shotzi for some reason. Back from an advert break and Zion Quinn smacks him down for a 2. Quincy comes back throwing punches and barges. He hits the spinning back elbow and in the corner he hits the shover cut. Zion Quinn blocks the next move and tries to pick up Quincy Elliott. His legs give out on him though and he gets squashed, but then somehow manages to dodge the big splash. Unfortunately for him, he gets distracted on the outside of the ring, and when he comes back to the ring, he's hit with a big splash to the back. Quincy Elliott wins this match with a bonsai drop. Very short segment again, but again it was fun enough. It just doesn't seem to have any direction though. It's a D. At this point, it is revealed that Quincy Elliott had injuries that he was keeping from the WWE and was off telly. Despite that, Quincy does still get to host the Halloween Havoc show whilst out injured. It's just an excuse to dress Quincy up in silly outfits. Match 11. Level up. Or level down in Quincy's case. Not sure why the moped's gone. Maybe it's not in the budget anymore. Quincy has taken on Sydney Akeem, who makes the girls scream. This one starts out with lots of dodging from Sydney, with Quincy happily dancing. And other stuff too.
Oh, good God.
Quincy grinds on Sydney and ass barges away.
Right.
Now Quincy tries to plant a kiss, but that doesn't happen. Instead, Quincy hits a hip toss with a sliding worm-like attack. Akeem looks terrified somehow, despite having a mask on. He manages to hit a diving crossbody as he desperately tries to keep Quincy down. Akeem hits a flip leg drop for a 2. Quincy then manages to catch a corkscrew crossbody, but can't do anything as Sydney grabs an eyelash to escape, but then gets barged down. For the first time in a while, the crowd chant Quincy. Quincy sets up the spin and reverse back elbow. The match then slows to a snail's pace and it starts to really drag. Quincy invents a brand new move for this match though, and it's not one I doubt we'll ever see again. Thank God. It's the 10 boob bashes in the corner. Sydney's mask looks to be covered in milk somehow, but he does manage to push Quincy Elliott away and eventually hits a crazy flipping seated senton for the 3. Tried hard, but the momentum has just vanished, and hitting people with your balls of fat isn't going to help. And I don't think that would even hurt, would it? It's just kind of dumb as well, and embarrassing. It's an S. Match 12 is an NXT Battle Royal. Good to see that he does actually manage to make it back to the biggest developmental show. Don't get too used to seeing him though. He's eliminated by Baba Thunder in literally 2 seconds. Shove it. Match 13 is back to level up. Quincy has a brand new outfit. I wish Quincy didn't have a brand new outfit. Quincy has taken on Dale Dixon. Quincy hits the first knockdown, and somehow this outfit makes Quincy look even more grotesque. Quincy actually manages a forward roll now into a shove into a hip toss. The new moves keep coming as Quincy grabs an arm and dives off the top into an arm drag. The Hawk wasn't expecting that one.
Yeah.
Quincy tries it a second time, but this time instead he hits an old school. The crowd are coming back onto Quincy's side. The momentum turns though when Quincy misses an ass drop and Daryl Dixon hits a knee smash for a 2. Dixon is too weak for his next move and gets smacked down, but Quincy misses the elbow drop. Dixon throws more strikes and kicks and Elliott almost looks finished, but it's just a 2. Quincy comes back with a charging single leg dropkick, but it doesn't matter because Quincy misses a corner charge and gets rolled up by Daryl Dixon using the ropes. Dixon dances with happiness. Quincy isn't happy though, and he batters him out of the ring. And wow, that is one hell of an image. How have I gone from Mandy Rose to this in 24 hours? Look, Quincy has clearly tried. There is new moves every match. Some of it works and some of it does not work, but it isn't boring, and we've seen some hella boring runs on Ring of the Hawk. It's a C for effort, whether or not the Hawk likes to admit it. Match 14, final match. But why? Quincy seems to be improving. I wonder what's gone wrong. Tag match, Quincy Elliott and Ike Manjiro, the return of the Dream Team, I guess, and they take on Hank and Tank. Quincy dances with happiness to the welcome back chants. Quincy wants to hug Hank. Perhaps he wants to give him a spank, but no hug is provided. Hank isn't big enough to knock Quincy down. Elliott keeps rolling everywhere and doing cartwheels. The crowd are loudly chanting for Quincy, even in his final match. Tank comes in, and together they hit double squash, which looks horrible. This causes Elliott to tag out. Quincy eventually rejoins the match with the Tank. Quincy hits the spinning back elbow. And now a clothesline into a bulldog. The pin is broken up. Quincy now slaps the Tank in the ass. The Tank smacks him back. Quincy lands a big boot and then runs into one from the Hank. They hit a double shoulder barge and then win the match with the flying fridge. Not much to like about this one. It's an S, game over. Quincy Elliott was fired around the end of 2023. Quincy was fired for several different reasons. The first being that they felt that Elliott hadn't improved enough. The second being that Elliott hid injuries from the company. And the third being that apparently Quincy was an absolute nightmare behind the scenes. He smack-talked co-workers online and most famously created burner accounts on Twitter to be homophobic and transphobic and then tried to dodge the blame by saying he was part of the community. This enraged the community and it created backlash for the WWE. Couldn't he just be flamboyant and charismatic without all the grinding, ass-rubbing, tit-bouncing and humping? It's kind of gross. That being said, Quincy is not the worst wrestler I've ever seen, despite several moments in this video that made me want to puke in my knickers. The evidence is clear to see, and I saw a new move being attempted nearly every match, and clearly the live crowd cared too. So no matter how much people hate Quincy, we have to be honest. That being said, this gimmick could never have gone any further than being a comedy relief gimmick. When you look at it like this, at least Quincy wasn't boring. So Quincy Elliott is getting shoved in the zone, mostly for the most awful look I've ever seen in wrestling history. Fortunately, the Hawk doesn't expect to ever have to watch another Quincy Elliott match in my life, and I feel enormous relief about this fact. And if you don't agree with that, you'll get smacked.
You know, he had on that Nia Jax fit with that purple go to black suit.
Mike didn't like that one bit during that video.
Not one time.
This shit was a disappointment.
The Lakers game was more entertaining than that shit. I mean, the good thing is that he improved by adding new moves to his repertoire. Other than that, what was the point? I mean, that was just wild, bro. I'm sorry. There's not more I can say to that. Oh yeah. You know what I can't say? Hank and Tank, Briggs. The motherfuckers have been in NXT since what? And then they fire Wesley, but don't fire these clowns? Get the fuck out of here.
We call them
trash.
super seniors.
Motherfuckers sitting there down there since 2022, and they have no type of fucking nothing to show that they're moving up. Get the fuck out of here. Let me fire Wesley, but not fire Hank and Tank and fucking Briggs. Fucking clowns. What kind of fucking circus is WWE running?
Makes no sense.
It's a personal circus.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of circus is this? What clown show are we going into? Is Triple H the clown of the year? Like, what is this shit?
Kind of ship is Shawn Michaels running down there?
Like, for real, like, yo, if it takes 4 years for you to develop to go to the main roster, why the fuck are you still why are you still wrestling, bro? Why? What are you doing with yourself?
I wouldn't want to be a super senior in NXT.
Please. I wouldn't want to be on TV if I was down there for 4 years. Fuck out of here.
Right now, sadly.
Shit. I mean, look at what what is that group called with Wesley?
Radicals.
Look, the Rascals. Look at what the fuck they're doing. They're on AEW, and then homie Trey Miguel won a title in TNA. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And and they left. He got fired. Joined them groups. Man, please. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Wrap this up.
Mike should subscribe. Ring the bell. Dukes fell asleep.
He must have. Fucking pussy.
Yeah, he definitely fell asleep. Shout out to Ryan Frost for showing up. He was blessed up with his insight in the interview. Girls is on later on today, 4 o'clock. A special guest Braylon Johnson going to show up to them. And Gunnar Moody's will be making a special appearance on the Wrestling Side Sunday morning at 11. So tune into those special episodes. Follow us everywhere at O.T.T.R Mobb everywhere. And, copy tickets for SMW Draft Night at eventbrite.com or at the door. I already gotta say, but don't be a Quincy Elliott.
Please don't.
Yo, I want to give a couple shout outs real quick. First, I want to shout out Janelle Grant for what she did in Connecticut this past weekend. She stood up for herself and she gave a speech at a survivors event, surviving predators, and I want to give a huge shout out to her for actually saying something. So shout out to you for that. Secondly, yo, shout out to William Regal for that fucking absolute clinic he put on Bill Goldberg. And Mr. Frost, we'll see you on the 14th.
Mr. Big Mike. Big Mike. It's the deal, Playboy. Well, Mary Boy.
Follow me on the socials, IAM_MBJ. Ooh. IAM_MBJ. And yeah. Whose house? Swerve's house.
Swerve.
Garments?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me started, you guys.
Yeah.
All these shits. Yeah. Yeet.
Yeet.
This is really boy.
Skirt. Swerve. Garments.
Swerve.
On that note, we're gonna end it playing our commercial, and then we're gonna do our outro. So
bang. Sosa.
bang. Yo, no, it was that song where that got a fucking copyright strike too. I was like, son of a bitch. That motherfucker got too quick to copyright his own song.
He's good. That's
good.
Fantastic.
Don't play around.
Yeah, but shit, that shit's him. But motherfucker, he's wrestling in that right now. Everyone knows that shit.
He up in French. He's French.
Mike, so.
Good song.
From Black Heart to Big Bite, from Barrett to Sleeping, Eat Dukes. We'll be back next week. We'll see you then. Enjoy the commercial. Enjoy your night.
Oh, wait a minute! Kevin Owens!
Has a somewhat looser feel to it. Yeah, it's got an almost improvisational tone.
Boston, Massachusetts. It's time to prepare for your awakening. Is it's determined on draft night presented by Supernova Pro Wrestling, where in fact your big brother Sylvan goes. Will I continue to surprise and inspire on Shock? Will things continue to swirl around like the winds outside as I continue walking the path of truth on Vortex? I'm not sure, but I invite you and yours to see me and mine there March 14th at the Neil Rand Hall Black Vault Theater. I can assure you that no matter where my family and I go, where we end up, we're going to plant the seeds of truth. We're going to continue to grow. Because our roots grow deep and wide, and it's going to be a better place than it was before we got there. Hope to see you all there March 14th. So it's said, forward is written. I am Sylvan.
I think if you keep talking to me like that, and if you're in person here, I might hinder your life.
She's lucky she's on the phone.
Bottom line is, I say shut up. I say whatever I want, when I want, how I want. As far as you liking my style, I've been around for 7 long years. All of a sudden, someone puts a microphone in front of my face, and everyone wants to jump on the bandwagon. You're all a bunch of mosquitoes, and from now on, that's what I'll refer to you as, mosquitoes, and you're all trying to get on the arm of Steve Austin and suck the blood out because I'm red hot.